All right, hello. This is Lance
Jenna.
and we are Genevieve Lance. So, um, I think I had the thing on.
What thing?
Let's see. I know we're so professional,
Yeah.
but you gotta start somewhere. And hey, honestly, I kind of like just this like really over the top authentic approach
Yeah.
because man, the internet is terrible,
True.
right? Like for our
Yeah.
first topic, right? The internet is so bad.
There's plenty of the so polished that it seems like inhuman content.
Yeah, and I feel Dr. K is kind of like a brother in arms here. Like, I do think he's trying to fight the good fight,
Yeah.
from what I can tell. But so we're going to talk about him and use his page, some shouts to him and his channel and all that, right? Especially though, why you freeze up when you talk to women.
Hmm.
Definitely go over that. First though, like to kind of get more of the problem more broadly though, we were watching a video on the carnivore diet, right?
Yeah.
And like I've always said, like the carnivore diet would be so unbelievably restrictive. Um, didn't think about black pepper
Yeah.
as a non-meat product, but yeah, black pepper would count.
Yeah.
I'm vegan. She's usually mostly vegan.
Yeah.
I've been vegan for like 12 years. It's been so long at this point. It's just like almost my whole adult life, I've been vegan.
Hmm.
And there's things I've learned. There's things I haven't done correctly. There's amino acid supplements that I've forgotten to take. Okay, I've taken lysine when I thought I was taking the whole package. Didn't work well. Right.
Yeah.
That was an unfun month.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was not a good month. I felt super tired and super weak the whole month,
Yeah.
and I struggle with a lot of stuff outside of that already. Um, so carnivore diet and JFK is not JFK. RFK.
RFK
JFK is the cool one. RFK is
is the uncool one.
it's like the greatest son of his brother or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's
It-
so sad how like a dynasty can fall, right? I mean, what a disgrace,
For real.
honestly. Because
Also, this is not the reason why we don't like him, but he does sound like a garbage disposal when he talks.
he doesn't look healthy. Like even what he was saying was like authentic, but
Yeah.
but he just doesn't really do the diet. He's just not. He's just a liar,
Yeah.
right? And it's so funny. No one wants to say this, but what if I get sued, guys? It's called the discovery process, right? You you have the right when you go to trial to information from your opponent. Okay, well, I'm just gonna get a list of what he's eating, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna have receipts. Okay, the court's gonna ask for a subpoena. I'm gonna ask the court we should subpoena that stuff, and if it's all meat, right? He doesn't have any plant stuff in there.
Yeah.
Okay, you got me. But you know what? He is a liar. We see it.
Yeah.
we can see he's not really
Like
doing it.
on TV when he eats freaking mint chocolate chip ice cream with a waffle cone
Yeah, I mean,
on his supposedly carnivore diet when he supposedly says that he doesn't even eat yogurt that has any sugar in it.
and you know what?
Like,
Jordan Peterson was doing this too, as well as his daughter. And I see the racket now. I was starting to like schizo. I was using my polytropism powers, and I was like putting the pieces together, like what's actually happening here, because what's actually happening is definitely not that people are recommending the carnivore diet and that people are switching to it.
yeah.
That's not happening. Your dad runs an inn or whatever, right? And, like literally, you've never heard of someone actually doing this. I have never heard
Yeah.
of someone actually on a carnivore
But
diet.
I hear about people like he tells me about dinners that he does all the time where people are like vegetarian or gluten free or whatever.
Now,
But never hear about people actually doing the carnivore diet.
now I've heard of ketosis.
Yeah.
Keto is a real diet
Yeah.
and it does real things. I'm not knowledgeable enough, honestly, to like tell people whether I recommend it or not,
Yeah.
because I do know that there's actual science behind it and there is actually something there. But carnivore diet is stupid. Don't ever do a carnivore diet. This is medical advice. Don't do that. That's just dumb as hell.
Yeah.
It's just bad. And the goal is not to get you to do the carnivore diet. It's certainly not to have people be healthy. At first I was thinking it's like a foreign government trying to kill us. But then I was like, well, that doesn't make sense because they would just be killing the dumbest people off.
Yeah.
So that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, so it's the meat industry. And that made so much more sense.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, see, yeah, because plant-based products are getting so much better now.
Mm-hmm.
They were when I became vegan. I'm actually a great person to point this out. When I became vegan like 10 plus years ago, a lot of that plant-based stuff was just not very good. The cheese never melted.
Mm.
Okay, if you wanted like a vegan pizza, that cheese was gonna be a little funky.
It was gonna be in the same shape as when you first sprinkled it on there.
It melted a little. It wasn't that bad, but
it's pretty close to that.
It was not ideal. It was not ideal. So it's just improved so much. The plant-based meats are so much better now.
Like those Impossible chicken dino nuggies. They're delicious. Actually, they're not dinos. They are
all kind of
different endangered species.
Oh my gosh!
So there's
I didn't even realize it's fake meat.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Okay.
And also, I'm pretty sure they donate part of the profits from those to actually helping the endangered species. So they're pretty awesome.
I had no idea. You're telling me for the first time.
And yeah, I can't name all of the species.
But
one of them is a rhinoceros.
I don't know why I didn't think of a podcast just first. It's just so cliche. But I'm gonna be honest. If there's a couple that should have a podcast, it should just be us.
Yeah.
Like we're the ones, right? Like why?
I'm here for it. I think we're so interesting, but I don't know if I might be a little biased.
Yeah, maybe a little biased, but I think even then, right?
Sorry, squishy noise.
You need a switch noise. Okay. It's a podcast for an hour. You can do that.
Yeah,
that's allowed. Right? We don't have a topic we have to get through. Right?
Yeah,
we're just here. Carnivore stuff. So then I realized ain't nobody actually on that carnivore diet.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing this. It's from the meat industry because they actually feel threatened. Yeah, look up like milk. Is it like dairy milk sales, all that stuff?
Let's look it up.
No, the keyboard sound's gonna be really loud.
Oh.
We're not quite there yet. Our first episode, we're just gonna be a little more relaxed.
Okay.
But like, and the reason is because the taste is, close. Sometimes it's better in some ways. Sometimes worse for some people. It's like subjective, right?
Oh yeah, because some people might just really like the taste of a cow's milk.
But the objective thing, where it's like all the plant-based milks have an advantage over dairy milk, is really dangerous for them, and that is shelf life. The shelf life of plant-based milk is incredibly long.
Yeah.
You can open up your almond milk and have it in there for 2 to 3 months, and it's totally fine. And I forget the dairy milk. I mean, you've got to get through that after you open it. In like I'm thinking like 1 or 2 weeks.
I was about to say 1 or 2 weeks, so that's probably pretty accurate.
So, I mean, you're talking about like 10, 12x shelf life. And what that does is stores can just have that. Like your local Starbucks probably just has the plant-based milks. Doesn't matter if they're only ordered 5% of the time, even if you're in like a red state.
Yeah.
Because those plant-based milks last forever.
Yeah, so you can just keep it in the fridge until you finish it.
Yes.
Right? I've literally like never seen any of our almond milk, oat milk, coconut milk like
go bad. It doesn't go bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
and sometimes we keep it in there for a while. Like we do drink a lot of it, so like a lot of the time it'll go by pretty quick. But like there's been times when like we're just not drinking it as much, and I mean it's never happened.
Well, also, this is something that I've done. In college, I used to take like chocolate soy milk. this is so fattening, but I needed the sugar at the time, right? And I would drink it straight out the carton, right? And then I leave it out overnight.
Yeah.
Until you wake up the next day, it's fine.
You could
It's
never,
good.
ever do that with dairy milk.
Never have
That would be
problems.
so... God, just thinking about it.
And you
That's
can.
awful.
I've had one of these sit out there for a couple of days. It was fine. It was fine. You put the cap on it, nothing gets in there. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, probably like still not recommended, but I mean,
Yeah, it's better cold. Like, you just don't want to drink it warm. That's really the big thing.
yeah,
But it's not going to spoil. That's the thing that's just a quality of life.
yeah,
Hack. Okay, just don't drink dairy milk if you like milk.
yeah,
That's a life hack right there. I mean, not because like, oh God, the animals. I mean, for me, that is a
that
reason.
is part of it.
But
Yeah,
it's also just like, it's just kind of nicer.
yeah,
It's more convenient to use. The plant-based meats are getting way better.
and
The costs of making those are going down.
yeah,
Food's getting more expensive, but the plant-based stuff is actually staying the same price
yeah,
because their profit margins have been increasing in general, so they don't have the same inflationary pressure.
yeah,
Now a lot of the meat industry and dairy industry is heavily subsidized by the United States government. In a way that the plant-based meats are not really. So I feel like that it can only get better for plant-based meats, and I think the meat industry knows that.
yeah, and it makes sense why people like RFK are like grifting this fucking carnivore diet, because it's like, okay, how can we try to convince people that meat and dairy is super healthy for you and that plants are like toxic?
Yeah,
and...
we'll just bribe. He's taking bribes. The Secretary of Health, and yeah,
yeah,
and yeah, send it to him. Sue me. He ain't gonna do shit. Like he is doing it, guys.
yeah, and he's saying stuff like,
let's go to Discovery. I can't wait till one of these incompetent Trump morons thinks they can pull up and take me to court.
that would be so funny.
I'm so built for this, honestly. Take me. I cannot wait. I'm not going to have a motion for summary judgment if they don't have a case. If it exists, we're going to have a motion to go straight to Discovery. Let's get in there.
Get in there.
And I don't even want, like, if I have a totally one case, I don't want default judgment. I don't want summary judgment. I want to go to trial.
Yeah.
I'm going to go in there with you.
With me?
No. You as in the...
Oh, general you.
Well, yeah, like Trump lawyer you.
Yeah.
This case.
Not me. I'm like, wait.
Because
I don't want to be there.
Because you know what the dark secret is? They bully and threaten because they're not actual warriors. They're not really about that life. They can't fight in any sense. They can't fight in court. They just know how to threaten and bully, right? Just look at Cohen.
Cohen?
Don't worry, that's a bill thing.
Okay, I don't know who that
He's an ex-Trump lawyer. But, he's not like... He wasn't a trial lawyer. Let's just say that. Like, he wasn't trying to...
He sucked.
He was there to make problems go away. He was like that kind of lawyer.
Yeah.
He was like a fix-it lawyer.
Yeah.
And you were gonna send a fix-it lawyer after me? Really? I can't wait to look at him and tell him to get that weak ass shit on my face.
That's funny.
I'm not even joking. Like, a lot of people just don't know that. Most lawyers can't go to trial. Are you good?
Yeah, the hiccups are making me yawn, and I got all kinds of crazy stuff going on.
I guess we're not so interesting after
all.
We're talking about a tough crowd.
Yeah, for real.
I'm talking about, like, publicly calling out the Secretary of Health for taking bribes, and how I cannot wait for him to send fix-it lawyers after me. And look at her.
Yeah, because he talks like this all the time.
True, I do.
This is just every day.
I'm not even like putting on a show right now. This is real.
No, he just always is like this. I love him. Okay, let's talk about this Dr. K.
Yeah, the Dr. K guy. Well, he's a Harvard psychiatrist,
Yeah.
right? One thing I gotta give him credit for that I think is that I was thinking about
What?
is he's a psychiatrist who tried to incorporate more traditional like therapy methods into his practice and into his visits.
Yeah.
Right? So he was like, um, and that's a lot of his content is bringing that kind of approach to mental health to just like regular people.
Yeah.
That's one thing that kind of tells me he's probably a real one that because he just really doesn't have to have done that. Like when he was practicing, like, have a patient and actually just like do therapy.
Mm.
It's not actually very common for psychiatrists to be trained in therapy and to do therapy.
Yeah, true.
That is actually a thing that like makes me think that he's a real one.
True.
So he makes Healthy Gamer. It's like a whole business where he has a bunch of kind of like life coaches, right?
Yeah.
That kind of talk to people. I think it's not a bad system at all or anything like that. But I mean, I'm certainly not just a supporter, right? I definitely have my share of criticisms, and this episode of Love Maxing like really struck a chord to me. So I freeze when I talk to women. Like, can you imagine why I clicked on this video? Like, why this really stuck out to me?
Well, probably because of the freezing up part.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You already know. So it's like, when I saw freeze up, I'm like, oh. So he's got the other one, huh?
Yeah.
Right? Obviously, I got the warrior variant, right? I'm like, genuinely, if I got sued by RFK, I would actually get so excited.
Yeah.
I would actually be so fucking thrilled. I would call up everybody I know. I mean, I cannot believe I'm actually going to be the one to do this.
Yeah.
Everybody else is such a bitch. I'm finally going to get a chance to prove myself. I'm literally, it would be an obsession. I would read so much on court procedure, on trial law. I'm going to go up there with a really nice fit, really great suit. I'm going to look good. I'm going to sound good. I'm going to present very well in front of the judge.
Yeah, and you're going to have a cute tie.
It's going to be, if the judge thinks it's cute, that's the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
Is what the judge thinks, right? So, I'm going to know everything about the judge, right? I'm going to do my research on the judge. I'm going to know, like, their personality and everything. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. Like, that would actually be so awesome. But, like, this guy's got the other, right? There's warrior gene and there's warrior gene.
And I feel like we should come up with different names because they sound way too similar.
Okay, fair.
Because every time you're trying to say warrior, I think that you're saying warrior. And then I don't know until I hear more context. I'm like, oh, okay. He meant warrior.
So generally, it kind of refers to a couple different genes. So maybe we should just call it warrior trait or warrior trait. Maybe so it can kind of encompass maybe different genes, so just one.
Yeah.
And then, also the one I have in mind is MAOA, which is a monoamine oxidase A. Fancy way of saying, this is a chemical in your brain that clears out excesses of like norepinephrine, dopamine, serotonin, like chemicals in your brain, right? Just takes them up and it just gets rid of them. And I've got a lot of that in my brain.
Too much.
It's just a lot. And this just tends to lead to aggressive behavior. Like when those chemicals are in low concentrations in the brain, they just tend to make you confrontational and aggressive, right?
Yeah.
And generally, I have never assaulted anybody. I use my words. Right? I generally don't use violence.
Yeah.
Because there's multiple ways to fight, and unfortunately, like the other side is you freeze up. And are you gonna be able to focus?
Yeah.
She's not gonna be able to do
not distracting at all.
And our cat's crying outside,
Your lives are so hard. But anyway, yeah, the warrior.
Can we just have him join the podcast?
Yeah.
Special guest Kavach.
Yeah,
honestly.
you're the one that told me to close the
Yeah,
door.
honestly, for this video, why not?
Little
Surprise-
baby.
Surprise special guest. Okay, now we're excluding evil Bob.
My mom and dad don't even love me, not even a little bit.
Okay. Well, you have to show.
Say hi, Kavach.
Yeah.
Look at the camera.
Yeah.
Hi.
You gotta like put your fingers like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. You know,
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. Special guest is Kavach. Named after the Oblivion town that gets destroyed, right?
Yes, because that is my favorite game of all time. I love Oblivion.
Okay, we're not gonna go. We gotta focus back up. Okay,
but
we're
yeah.
talking about warriors. All right.
Yeah.
So he's got the other copy. It's the warrior variant. I guess we can just say it's brain chemical too much variant, right? And oh yeah, he wants to. So he's got the brain chemical too much variant, and when I saw freeze up, that really stood out to me. Because I realized, like, for example, this is a real issue for some jobs, like being a lifeguard or like a first responder, right?
Yeah.
If you freeze, you can't do your job,
Yeah.
right? Like people like him literally cannot do these jobs. They'll just get weeded out.
Yeah.
I guess it's technically not completely impossible. You know, maybe there's positions where you're kind of doing that work, but you're not in a position where someone's going to have their life in danger.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like, well, I don't know where I was going with that.
So I made a video about it, and it was a rough video to make because I tried to make it and then I totally messed up the audio, and then
yeah,
I spent like 4 hours trying to fix it. I had the audio right, and then for some reason I moved the mic and tried to adjust it again, and I couldn't get it back.
Yeah.
And it was the worst thing in the world. Okay.
Yeah, and he this is like before a work day where he has to work like 9 hours or whatever.
9? Yeah, try 11. That was an 11-hour day. I didn't serve.
Yeah, and then you didn't sleep at all, right? Because you spent all night trying to fuck with the mic and losing the whole video that you made.
Yeah. But you know what? I can't pause it. I was just thinking about my boy Brian though.
Yeah.
All right. He's freezing when he's talking to women. And I watched the video, right? So I knew Dr. K honestly does not give him, in my opinion, the best advice.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's what we're here for.
No. It's just like, that's why I was here for when I made the video. Like, yeah. But I mean, you know, part of this, like the podcast, is like, the idea is people do need to see that you exist. And that, like, things I say are, like, actually real, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it can't just be me saying it, right?
Because you could just make all that up if you
I mean, you do have to come out here and, like, tell people I'm, like, not exaggerating at all, right?
Yeah.
So in this instance, you know, I'm thinking about Brian and how he's freezing up, and I just can't imagine he really has a serious problem. Can you guess how old Brian is? That's him right there, the thumbnail. Right here.
24.
26.
Okay, pretty close.
26. And I met you when I was how old?
30.
And I had never dated. I had never held hands with anyone, right?
Yeah.
Not even traces of a relationship. You know?
Yeah.
And he freezes up when he talks to women. I just couldn't find a woman I could stand to go on a date with.
Yeah.
And it's not like, you know, I knew my standards were high and everything, but the reality is they had to be. You know, when you take, I'm going to say it in every video, 10 milligrams of Adderall, and you are asleep 30 minutes later, the woman you're with is going to be really good. I mean, there's just no two ways about it, right?
Well, then otherwise you would just be super bored all the time, and then you would be miserable. And
Yeah,
I'll
I
be
mean,
there.
I mean, like whoever I end up with would have to be like pretty out there, a real weirdo.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. Evil. He's my son. He's just like me.
I mean, I will say like it's really hard for me to just genuinely enjoy things. It's really hard for me to genuinely enjoy things, and like when I just see you like really enjoying just playing with the cats or something, right?
Yeah.
That's that's like giving me joy. It's really hard for me to just find that.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's kind of how I made it. Is I am really empathetic,
Hmm.
and if it weren't for that, I just don't think I would have survived because I just wouldn't enjoy anything in life. I would have
Yeah.
nothing. It feels like I wouldn't have a rock. I wouldn't have anything that I am confident. It's like, oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna
Yeah.
like this because no matter what else it is, whether it's sweets or anything like that, it just doesn't last,
Yeah.
or it may just not even do anything for me in the first place.
Yeah.
But seeing other people like really enjoy stuff, I think is pretty much always good.
Well, yeah, and that's awesome with me because I really enjoy. When I enjoy things, I really enjoy them.
Yeah,
Yeah. And it's pretty easy for me to enjoy things. As long as there's
yeah,
something I like doing. But like most of the time, like if I'm at home, unless I'm like doing chores or something, I'm gonna be doing something that I like doing.
yeah. I feel like that's a lot of what I get out of the relationship is I just get to see you enjoy stuff.
Well, I'm glad.
I mean,
Oh my gosh, like the other night we were laying in bed and um we had let the cats in the room and we put cat TV on the TV and it's like
yeah,
this video and it's just like there's a bunch of little mice and they have this setup and there's like a bunch of holes and it's just a bunch of mice just like running around the screen and going into the little holes and the cats are like attacking the TV and it was so funny. We literally sat there and watched them for like 30 minutes, I feel like.
yeah. That's like something I could never do. I mean, I'm allergic to cats, right? And we found Live Clear, which makes it pretty tolerable,
Yeah.
right? It's like how I can be around cats. Like my allergies are terrible,
Yeah.
which is probably related to all this stuff. Is like so low that it's like actually turning to tighten my chest and stuff. But and I know this because I'll take like Vyvanse or something, and then I'm just like my sinuses are clear.
Yeah.
Like, or my dad would tell me like that I was a sickly kid, and I was normally congested as a very
Hmm.
small child. And he would like run a shower or something just so I to help a bit on my sinuses and make me feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think that these things may be connected.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it's possible for sure.
what do you think about a guy who freezes up when he talks to women? Like, what is that? And I'll tell you, like, it's not like this guy ends up being like creepy at all. This guy is like, maybe he's a polytrip. I don't know if he like would get the label. That's people don't even know what that is, right?
Yeah.
But
But he's
he's,
probably on that. If you split it 50-50, like he's probably on that side of it.
and I think pretty distinctly, like
Yeah.
he's pretty distinctly charismatic
Yeah.
and perceptive, and he even seems intelligent. So it's really hard for me to believe that he can't. We're just gonna have to have our second special guest join the podcast.
Yeah, for real. This is. He's
I
literally sticking his whole arms under the door. Okay, Evil Bob. Now, if you scratch the bottom of the chair, I'm gonna
He's gonna do it.
be mad at you.
You have to just like hold him.
Yeah,
Just-
come here, buddy.
Yeah, just hold him hostage the whole time. and-
This is Evil Bob. I think the name is self-explanatory.
Yeah, it's also
A
RuneScape
RuneScape
reference, yeah.
reference. Oh, and his face is shaped like a little Dorito. Look at how triangle his face is. I think he's silly. Okay. Now that he's not screaming, we can continue the video.
Yeah, you can continue the video now.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think about a guy who freezes up when you have to hold him? He's gonna scratch the chair.
Don't scratch the
She does this all the time. She lets him in, and then she's surprised when he does the thing that he always does.
I'll hold him like this.
Yeah.
I thought he would just sit. Okay.
No, he wants to go scratch the chair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We need to talk about Ryan. Okay.
Yes. Let's talk about it right now.
He freezes up when he talks to women. What do you think about that?
What do you mean by what do I think about that? Like in general, I think that that's probably just something
Okay,
that's
so like, how long do you think we're talking about? Because there's freezing up for a little bit, and there's freezing up, right?
hmm. So I mean, like if a woman comes up and talks, or if you're trying to talk to a
Oh,
woman,
actually, I have a great example. Do you remember the first time that you told me you loved me?
oh,
Oh, that was a freeze up. That's exactly what happened.
yeah,
He gets that way.
like for it, like he just can't talk at all.
Well, you were there for an hour.
Yeah. But most of the time, if you're trying to talk to a woman for the first time, she's not going to sit there for an hour and wait for you to talk. So that's
Yeah,
probably
I
the
actually
problem.
I sat there and I waited, but I was smiling because I knew the answer.
Yeah.
But but um, yeah, most of them are going to wait. But he doesn't do an hour.
Yeah.
Well, honestly though, I forgot about that. But there you go. Hey, Brian, at least it could be worse. It could be for a full hour,
Yeah.
right? At least I think he usually does it for about 5 minutes. That's not that bad.
And it's like,
I'm patient enough for an hour. You can find yourself a girl
well,
that's patient enough for 5 minutes.
I'm just trying to imagine like what he I'm trying to imagine this situation. This is like when he first meets a woman and then he just goes silent for 5 minutes. Like, because I haven't watched this video. So, like,
Yeah, and due to like audio setup concerns, we're not gonna play it right. It's also just too long.
yeah.
Um, I was kind of hoping you would use your imagination or something, or like just pick a road to go down. Because he doesn't. We don't, the funny thing is we don't really go into the really hard specifics and examples of
Of
like
how he's freezing up.
of these freeze ups.
Well, because
I
when
do
I
think this.
imagine freezing up, I imagine like you literally can't get the words out of your mouth. But I
I
don't know if
think that
that's what
that
he
is.
means.
I think it is that it is like he just cannot really speak for 5 minutes. I mean, we should probably assume the worst, right? I can't imagine.
Do you think when he says women, he means only if he's trying to like talk to a woman that he likes, or he
Well,
just means
well,
women
well,
in general?
well. Spoiler alert! It turns out he does not just freeze up when he talks to women. He freezes up in many different instances. He's a freezer. He has that gene. He has a gene that underexpresses monoamine oxidase A.
Yeah.
So it doesn't properly clear out those chemicals, and then when they get in concentrations are too high, it freezes up.
Yeah.
Right? And then when he's because he's like kind of polytropic, right? He can get in a position where he's predicting the things that are going to happen, and then he doesn't really freeze. So
Yeah.
he actually acts, and he like goes on stage and he plays a character, right?
Yeah.
And but he like really like just pretends to be someone else.
Yeah.
And like that helps him, for example.
Yeah.
So like he has like conscious strategies that work for him
Mm-hmm.
to some extent, but he can't fix it, right?
Yeah.
And I rolled my eyes. I was so disappointed when Dr. K was telling him you can rewire your brain.
Yeah.
Bro, tell me how to rewire my brain. All right. Good luck.
Yeah.
I think he's met his match. I don't think he's gonna do it, man. I think I'm too tough. I just don't think that you're gonna talk someone out of being able of like being so down bad that you're taking Adderall and then as a sleep aid. It just doesn't get more extreme than that, right?
Yeah.
That's just terrible. And living with that is awful.
Yeah.
Right. So I do have a lot of sympathy for him because it's almost like he's living with something similar. It's just like
The opposite.
it's like two sides of the same coin, I guess. Where it's
Yeah.
like the fundamental problem is pretty similar. Like for me, I'm super bored and I can't talk to women either in general, right? They have to be interesting. So like the amount of women I can be with is actually really low. right? It's actually just the same for Brian. Brian can't just go and find some random girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but like, how do you feel like as a woman? Like, do you feel like will you see him as being weak or pathetic or like what? Like, I know you laugh because you don't, right?
Well, yeah, but I think
She literally laughed because it's like silly to even think that for her, right?
I I think it's hard for me to know what the average woman would think.
Well,
Just because my
obviously,
brain works very different.
obviously, going for just the average women don't work for him, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, for me, like, there's been, I mean, at least a few people in my life that would kind of do that and, like, freeze up and all of that kind of stuff. And as long as there's something, like, when I'm initially meeting this person, as long as there's something about them to keep me engaged, even if it takes a little bit of patience, like, I don't mind doing that. I think that you just, if you are that type of person, you just have to find somebody who has, like, either a similar interest or, like, some type of way to have, like, an initial connection to make them want to be patient with you.
well, there's women who have this trait,
Yeah.
right? So imagine they see an intelligent, this guy's 6'4", attractive guy who has the same problem. They might feel really safe with that guy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
True.
Like, I don't know if a freezer would feel safe around me. They'd probably freeze up like all the time. Okay, it'd be a bit much to be around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they may not be for me. And if he meets a woman who just has this same kind of problem, oh, I freeze up when I talk to guys. Well, they can just stare in each other's eyes for 5 minutes and not talk.
Yeah. And then
Right?
they can start talking when they want to or when they feel like they can't.
Yeah. Like I think that he's like a knight. He like learned how to do like Renaissance jousting.
Oh,
I
that's
I,
cool.
I took it as jousting. Maybe they're not specifically jousting.
But it's something like,
But he's dressed
yeah.
up in armor, and it's the whole thing, right?
That's
So
pretty awesome.
yes, he's not like a boring person,
Yeah.
but he can't tell you about any of this because he's gonna freeze up before
Yeah.
he can, right? Uh, and that's rough.
Yeah.
Um, and I would be pretty upfront about that. I would not go on a single date with a woman in person, unless you say like I'm gonna freeze up at some point.
Yeah.
Right? Are you okay with that? Right? Go ahead and filter that out. Don't like show up to the date and then do it and then it's just awkward because that just
Oh,
makes it worse.
also, like, I have this problem, and I think that this is something that is, I don't know, I think that this is a problem for a lot of people. Like, I don't necessarily think that I am like a warrior or a worrier. I'm somewhere in the middle. But I think that just in general, especially when you're meeting somebody for like the first time or you're having um it's just like the beginnings of a relationship, you're not super comfortable. I feel like there's this constant pressure to for you to be talking. Like, and I have so much anxiety about this. Like, I a lot of the time am not comfortable leading conversations because, I mean, for one, I'm autistic, but
Yeah.
I feel super uncomfortable with silence because I just feel like it's like a societal thing where it's like, oh, well, if there's any silence in the conversation, then like that means that like it's bad.
Yeah, dead air.
Yeah, and I mean, like, this is something that I really struggle with because, like, Lance is great at talking, but he has a tendency to, like, take long pauses or, like, take a while to, like, start talking. And then I feel super awkward and I feel like I have to start talking because I feel like all this pressure. And then I'm, like, trying to be the one talking when really he would be the one who's way more comfortable doing it. But because I'm uncomfortable with dead air, it's like this whole exhausting.
I don't intentionally create dead air for you, but I can intentionally create dead air just to raise the suspense in a conversation for other people.
Isn't
that a crazy power? I can
Oh,
just intentionally put dead air in there
it stresses me
and just look at you. And then but the thing is, like, it's just like being an energy vampire. I'm just stealing your energy.
Just thinking about that is stealing
I'm just
my energy.
literally, I'm just sucking the energy right out of you. And I'm just like, okay, give me that shit.
God, it's terrible.
But I only do it if you deserve it.
Yeah, but you do that without realizing it a lot.
Well, no, that's just me thinking though.
Yeah,
that's different.
And
that's just being thoughtful.
If it's just me and you, it doesn't bother me because I'm totally comfortable with you. But if
we're having, I'm not trying to create dead air. I'm just trying to think about what to say.
If we're having like a conversation with us and another person, that's when I feel that pressure because it's like I'm just not that comfortable with anybody else.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, well, there you go. I'm doing it again, right? Where I'm just thinking because, I am the guy who uses Adderall as a sleep aid. And sometimes I'm like, wow, I just need 5 seconds to just think about what is going on right now.
Yeah.
I need to think about, well, let's just back up. Where am I? What time is it? What was I saying? Okay, now I'm gonna get back on track. Sometimes I need some time.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think that it's just this broader issue of pathologizing people's existence.
Yeah.
And I just don't think there's anything really wrong with Brian. I think Brian just needs to change his approach to women. He just needs to understand the pool of women that he can really be.
Yeah, maybe go for a different type of woman.
Yeah, you're oversimplifying it a bit, but definitely I would say just more broadly change your approach and understand that there's just a much narrower section of women that you can even go for in that instance. This is the most professional podcast in the world.
It is. It's awesome.
I said earlier, Dr. K tends to incorporate like therapy methods into his practice, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's admirable. I think that's a good effort. I think he tends to overcorrect, and I think he forgets like some people, are like so neurodivergent from what we kind of expect these days that, it's just going to be really, really miserable for you without medication.
Yeah.
And he understands that. He understands that in some cases medication is great. Right?
Yeah.
He is a psychiatrist after all, so he has seen it.
Yeah.
But I would say like, he's also a fixer, so like he also has this video. Stop trying to fix people. Oh, that's so funny. This thumbnail is so funny. Because he makes the same mistake. He actually contradicts himself in this video. Not funny? But he talks about like how his daughter is like, he buys a game for his daughter, and he's like telling his daughter what to do, and then his daughter is like not having fun anymore because her dad is backseat gaming her.
Yeah.
And then she's like upset at him, and then he's like, "Oh, I have to fix this," and then he goes and says the textbook correct thing to say, and then she's like, "Dad, I can't stay mad at you, right?" Like,
yeah.
And it's almost like if she's like annoyed, I guess.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, you just have to like hold space." But can you tell me what you think holding space might mean?
Like holding space for what?
For like other people's feelings.
Like let them feel their feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like just listening, I guess. You could put it that way too, right? Like he's talking about validating feelings, and he's talking about like trying to fix it, trying to solve a problem. And then there's like holding space, which is just like just listening to people.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But it's funny because then he says like he tries to fix people, but then he's also like talking to people like Ryan
and saying rewire your brain. Yeah.
Yes, I think he's like trying too hard actually to come up with a solution for him when I actually don't know if he's quite
When
aware
really
of what.
he's just like in an environment that doesn't suit him.
And I will say, I just think Brian is a tough guest for this show he's doing because it's an example where I don't think dating advice is
Gonna help.
I don't think it's well. Maybe I would say not helping,
Well,
but it's not nearly as applicable. Like Brian's case is just not very applicable.
yeah,
to
because
men.
the issue is not really a dating issue.
No, that yes, he just doesn't have a dating issue.
Yeah, he just has a like brain, not an issue, but his brain just works different, and it's just showing
Yes.
up in that way.
Yes, and Dr. K even brings up great examples like it's like playing dead. You're like that. Like I'm not gonna take a bear. The reason why I'm not fighting a black bear is because I just happen to be really intelligent. But if I was an idiot, yeah, I'd be trying to fight bears and stuff. I would die.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dumb to do. You shouldn't do that.
Also, bears don't deserve that. They didn't do anything to you, probably.
I ain't about to do anything to a bear. Okay, the bear's about to do horrible things to me. That's what's gonna happen if you try to fight a bear. So Brian's gonna freeze and he's gonna be okay. Brian doesn't even have to be smart. His ancestors can be stupid, and they will freeze and they'll be fine and they'll live to make Brian. But there's like reasons why, for example, that you might be the way you are. It's not necessarily wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just like bad all the time.
Well, like I feel like telling him like, oh, well, you just have to rewire your brain so that you won't freeze anymore. It's like if an autistic person comes up to you and they're like, oh, well, I have problems dating for this reason. And
Yeah.
you're like, it's okay, just stop being autistic.
You can rewire your brain
yeah,
to be more neurotypical.
And then you just won't have problems with dating anymore. Oh, you hate it when there's 5 dogs barking at you at the same time? Just rewire your brain and just tune that out.
I would be like, you're cooking it more than I thought you would. I'm honestly not out here to this is my point Dr. K right now.
I actually love Dr. K. Yeah, like I do love this guy. But everybody's wrong sometimes.
We are so crazy. He's a Harvard psychiatrist.
Well, he's awesome, but I do agree. Like
the fact that we're right is actually the crazy part. That's the real crazy part. Well, that was a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and I don't want to do the whole react to the video because that's just a lot for us.
It's
I think it's just too much.
Also, we just genuinely don't have the audio set up. Like only one of us can hear it right now.
Yeah.
So that's not good for a reaction.
That time you distracted me.
Well,
you went way too hard.
I had important things to say.
Well, that's fair. Yeah, with that holding space stuff, I tend to be very good at that. Like, I mean, people can probably imagine, like, I meet somebody, right? And then it's almost like I just need a very tiny little spark. And then the negativity can just kind of flow, and the other person can just, like, tell me anything. Because they'll tell me something that's, like, negative they kind of want to share, but nobody really wants to listen to all that, right? But with me, I'm like, okay, tell me more. Oh, yeah. How did that make you feel? Well, what do you say? It sounds like this, right? And I'm always like inviting more for them to say more. So it's like I've met someone for 10 minutes and they've talked to me all about how their parents are verbally abusive and how they want to leave the house at 18. And right, it's like this, like I know all this. It's just like, this is just a normal first conversation for me.
Okay, you know what my problem is?
What?
Because I wish that could be my first conversations with people because that would actually be an interesting conversation. But every time somebody talks to me, they're like trying to small talk with me.
Well, in that specific instance, I was the one that said, like, well, I actually feel quite bad because of this. I feel like I've been singled out by these people. And
Mm,
then I kind of opened the door, and they talked about their feelings some, and then I just kept going on that
that
way.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yes.
Cause like also like just for context, before I met Lance, I like never actually talked to somebody about my feelings in like my whole life. I just didn't know how to.
The way you're putting that isn't entirely accurate, but like deep feelings,
Yeah.
like you had a lot of pent up feelings.
Also like, well, like I had some friends and I just like, you know, it wasn't really a type of friendship where like I could talk about my feelings. But not only that, one thing, this is true for a lot of um autistic people, where it's actually hard to know what you're feeling in terms of your emotions and in terms of just like your like literally the physical things that your body is feeling. Like a lot of time I won't realize when I'm hungry or like, you know, when I have to use the bathroom um until it's like, "Oh, I got to go right now." Or until like he'll say like, "Oh, do you want some food?" And then I'll think about it and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, like actually I am hungry." But
I
it's
feel like it is like almost like a manager employee thing where I'm like checking up on you and stuff, and like making sure you have water, making sure you drink your water, making
yeah.
sure you eat.
Because I don't like I it's
But I wouldn't say it's like an unequal relationship
no.
because I just have to go and be the one to check up on you. But you were actually much better at like taking to a large task and doing it. It's really hard for me to both start and finish a large task. And with
Yeah.
her, if she's doing a big task, like it's like a 10-hour task, she will forget to eat or drink or stuff like that.
And then
So,
he can be the one who's like supporting me and making sure that I'm, you know, eating and drinking
and
and
I'm like,
resting cuz like I won't take breaks. Like just for example, I
it,
did a mural for one of the doctors at my work
okay,
and
we have to like keep a little, we have repos. We're going over an hour.
okay.
That's probably too much. But yeah, she did do a mural in one day in 10 hours. And she's super talented and it is beautiful. And you can check out her
Yeah.
art online in the description.
But yeah, I hardly ate or drank that day.
And you can check out her art online in the description. Where can they find you?
Oh, yeah, we'll put it in the description, but my Etsy is JennabeJones.art. That is also the Instagram. And yeah, I also have a TikTok, which is Jennabe Jones.
Yes.
So
And yes, I know you were in the middle of, or you were talking before you met me. And then how now, though? Recently, I asked you if people um, had an issue with me, they're not going to come at me, right? For obvious reasons, but they'll go after you, right?
yeah.
What did he say?
I think I said something along the lines of I don't really care.
Okay, so you know that they'll try that, and then you're already prepared for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just keep that in mind if anyone wants to try that weak ass shit. That it's not gonna work.
Oh
Alrighty.
yeah, I said because I already know how cool and talented I am. So
True. Yeah. Which you can see for yourself at her Etsy and her Facebook.
yeah, which I am gonna be posting more stuff on Etsy soon. But right now I only have earrings and
Yeah. I how do you feel about this? The way this is going. I think the casual approach
I
for the
think it's
both of
been fun.
us. We have to have the casual style because if we have to get through a specific topic, there's just no way.
Yeah, because we talk too much. When we're talking to each other, also, we get off topic really easily.
Yeah, two ADHD people, right?
Well,
So
yeah. And then, like, you'll say something about one topic, and then that branches off, and it becomes something else. And then,
yeah, I have to have just like one page up the whole time for me to even just have some kind of semblance of a track. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
uh,
So that said, I'm good. You have anything else?
mm-mm.
Right.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Well, I was gonna say this is Lance and you're Jenna and all that.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have an official outro now. You do that. Do it.
I'm not doing an official outro. I want to do it differently every time.
Okay.
That's gonna be so bad. You want to do the same thing every time, and I want to do something different every
We'll
time.
do it.
Okay, well, my name's Lance,
And my name's Jenna.
and it's been Jenna B. Lance.
Yeah.
Have a good one.